Wrestling fam, welcome back to Wrestling Pro News, your one and only home for the most heart-pounding, adrenaline-fueled, and chaos-laced stories from the world of professional wrestling, where reality and storyline collide so violently that it becomes impossible to tell where the truth ends and the script begins. Tonight, we're locked in on a feud that has already shaken WWE to its core. A rivalry so intense and so personal that it has become the beating heart of the company's storytelling. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the reigning and defending undisputed WWE champion, has finally broken his silence after Drew McIntyre's scathing, venom-filled promo on SmackDown, and his fiery words have turned what was already a dangerous feud into a full-scale war. To understand how we got here, we need to rewind the clock to August 8, 2025, on SmackDown, where Drew McIntyre did the unthinkable. That night, in a match that was supposed to be a non-title showcase of strength and skill, chaos reigned supreme. Cody hit Drew with a devastating attitude adjustment, going for the pin, but Drew broke up the cover, sending tempers flaring. In the aftermath, Cody knocked Drew to the floor, and while Drew was down, the referee called the match off due to interference, a disqualification that left fans confused and restless. But the real carnage began after the bell. Cody, with the kind of fire that has defined his reign, took Drew's head and smashed it into the cold steel of the ring post. The crowd gasped as the Scottish psychopath staggered, blood trickling down his face, but Cody wasn't done. He cleared the announce table with vicious intent, ready to drive McIntyre through the wood in a statement of dominance. To Drew, that wasn't competition, that was provocation. That was a man taking liberties after the match was over, humiliating him, and crossing a line he could not forgive. And in Drew's eyes, what came next wasn't an attack, it was survival, pure self-defense. The following week, August 15th, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, SmackDown's main stage became Drew's courtroom, and he used his promo to put Cody on trial in front of millions. The Wells Fargo Center was electric, fans on edge, when Drew marched down to the ring, microphone in hand, the bandage on his forehead still a reminder of Cody's brutality. And then, with the kind of cold, sharp delivery that only Drew McIntyre can bring, he tore into Cody Rhodes and the entire narrative the WWE Universe thought they knew. "I didn't attack Cody Rhodes," Drew declared, his voice booming. "Cody attacked me. Cody provoked me. Cody smashed my face into that ring post. Cody tried to put me through the announce table. What I did wasn't an attack, it was self-defense. Cody is great at pissing people off, but me, I'm great at taking people out. And if Cody Rhodes or anyone else wants to provoke me again, they'll find out I'm not just a man, I'm the true nightmare." The crowd erupted into a wave of boos, but Drew didn't flinch. He fed on the negativity, staring into the camera as if speaking directly to Cody himself. His promo flipped the entire narrative of their feud, shifting blame onto Cody and painting himself as a victim pushed too far. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of Drew's words went viral, amassing millions of views. Hashtags like #TrueNightmare and #CodyProvoked trended worldwide. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis confronted Drew backstage after the promo, warning him about fines but stopping short of suspension, adding more legitimacy to Drew's claims. For many fans, it was the first time doubt had crept into the Cody Rhodes story. Was Cody the valiant champion we all believed him to be, or was there a darker, more aggressive side boiling beneath the surface? And then came Cody's response, one that poured gasoline on the fire. Hours after SmackDown ended, Cody Rhodes appeared in a raw, 2-minute social media video filmed from his personal gym in Atlanta. Dressed in his American Nightmare jacket, the undisputed WWE Championship gleaming across his shoulder, Cody looked straight into the camera with eyes full of rage and determination. His voice was steady, but every word dripped with venom. "Drew, you want to play the victim. You say I attacked you. No, I finished what you started. You want my title. Then you better be ready to kill me for it, because in Paris, at Clash in Paris, I'll show you who the real Nightmare is. With those words, Cody raised his championship belt high, staring into the camera with a defiance that left no room for doubt. Drew, he concluded, you're done. The video ended abruptly, but its impact was seismic. Within 24 hours, the clip had amassed over 3 million views, dominating wrestling news outlets, igniting Reddit threads, and splitting the fanbase right down the middle. Some declared Cody's response as epic, a reminder of why he is the champion, the face of WWE, and the embodiment of resilience. Others saw Drew's perspective as equally valid, pointing to Cody's aggression on August 8 as proof that perhaps the American Nightmare isn't as heroic as he claims. The feud has gone far beyond simple competition. This is personal, rooted in years of history. Cody and Drew's rivalry isn't new, it dates all the way back to 2010, when Cody's dashing persona first collided with Drew's chosen one gimmick. Their careers, though separate, have run parallel, often intersecting at critical moments. In 2024, at the Royal Rumble, Drew eliminated Cody, further stoking the flames. Now, in 2025, with Cody at the peak of his career as undisputed champion and Drew desperate to carve out his own legacy, the collision course feels inevitable. And what makes this all the more explosive is the chaos swirling around them in WWE. The Anoa'i dynasty is crumbling from within, with Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn forming a new bloodline that toppled Solo Sikoa's MFD faction. Brock Lesnar lurks in the shadows, having targeted John Cena at SummerSlam, his presence still looming like a storm cloud. Roman Reigns remains a phantom, his return a constant whisper. And even factions like the Wyatt Six threaten to distort the landscape further. In this powder keg environment, Cody and Drew's feud becomes the centerpiece, the spark that could set the entire WWE on fire. Drew's claim to be the true Nightmare challenges not only Cody's reign but his very identity, while Cody's fiery words prove he is unwilling to let anyone, least of all Drew McIntyre, undermine his story. The stakes could not be higher. At Clash in Paris, this won't just be a title match. It will be a war of legacies, of pride, of personal vendettas that stretch back more than a decade. Cody Rhodes fights to defend not only his championship but the legacy of Dusty Rhodes and the future of the Rhodes family name. Drew McIntyre fights to prove he's more than a footnote, more than the man once called, chosen, and discarded. He wants to be the man who redefines Nightmare for the WWE Universe. And the fans? They're divided, arguing across social platforms, debating who the real villain is in this story. Some see Cody as a hot-headed champion crossing lines. Others see Drew as a manipulator twisting the truth to suit his hunger. But one thing everyone agrees on, this feud is molten hot, and Clash in Paris is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated matches in years.